Welcome back to our channel. In the quiet rhythm of everyday transactions, coins often pass through our fingers without a second thought. A dime, small and light, rarely captures our attention. Yet, hidden among billions of ordinary examples, there exists one from 1980 that tells a story worth far more than its face value. This coin, a United States one-dime piece, carries an error so remarkable that it has transformed it from a pocket change item into a treasure of immense value. The year 1980 marked a period of change in American coinage history. The United States Mint was operating at full speed to meet the demands of a growing economy. Three major mint facilities, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, were producing coins, each with distinctive mint marks, except for Philadelphia coins of that era, which bore none. The dime in question, designed by John R. Cynic, was already a familiar sight in American life. On the obverse was the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a tribute to the man who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His image, with its dignified gaze and clean lines, had graced the coin since 1946, a silent reminder of leadership and perseverance. The reverse displayed a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbols of liberty, peace, and strength, values that Americans held close. At first glance, the 1980 Roosevelt dime seemed unremarkable, another product of mass production. Yet, what set this particular coin apart was a striking error that slipped past the rigorous quality control of the mint. Coin errors come in many forms: off-center strikes, double dies, wrong planchets, and more, but this one was unique enough to send shockwaves through the numismatic community. It was not the kind of flaw that hindered its use in commerce. In fact, most people who handled it likely spent it without hesitation. But for a keen-eyed collector or a lucky passerby, the error transformed this small silver-colored disc into a valuable piece of history. The specifics of the error involved a misalignment during the striking process, coupled with a possible die flaw that created subtle but noticeable distortions in the design. The torch on the reverse appeared slightly shifted, and certain letters bore doubling, tiny, ghost-like images beside the main lettering. For those unfamiliar with minting processes, such irregularities might seem trivial. Yet, in the collector's world, they represent rarity and intrigue. The minting process itself is an intricate dance of precision. Coin blanks, called planchets, are fed into high-speed presses, where obverse and reverse dies strike them with enormous force, imprinting the design in a fraction of a second. For an error to occur, especially one of this magnitude, something in that finely tuned system must falter, perhaps a misfed planchet, a loose die, or a momentary lapse in alignment. Given the sheer number of coins produced each year, even a rare error can escape detection and enter circulation, hidden among millions of perfect examples. The 1980 dime with this specific error first began attracting attention at small regional coin shows. A few collectors noticed its unusual characteristics and started setting them aside. Word spread slowly at first, carried through hobbyist magazines and coin dealer conversations. Then, a breakthrough came when one such dime appeared at a well-known numismatic auction. The hammer fell at an amount that left many stunned, a figure far beyond what most would expect for a modern coin. From that moment, the 1980 error dime became a sought-after prize. Stories emerged of people searching jars of old change, hopeful for a glimpse of that telltale doubling or misalignment. Dealers began keeping watchful eyes on every Roosevelt dime that crossed their counters. The auction scene saw a surge in interest, with examples of the error dime fetching increasingly impressive prices. What makes this particular error dime so captivating is not just its rarity, but its embodiment of the unexpected. It is a reminder that even in a system built for precision, anomalies occur. And in the world of collectibles, those anomalies can redefine value. Collectors often speak of the thrill of the hunt, and few coins capture that feeling as vividly as this one. Imagine holding a dime worth tens of thousands of dollars, a coin most people would never give a second glance. It's a moment of discovery that bridges the gap between the ordinary and the extraordinary. Over the years, several examples have appeared at major auctions, each time igniting fresh excitement. Prices have varied based on the coin's condition, with uncirculated specimens commanding the highest bids. Grading plays a critical role here, with top-tier grades like MS65 and above pushing the value to the upper end of the spectrum. Auction houses have noted the fierce competition among bidders, sometimes driving the final sale price beyond initial estimates. The repeated appearances at auctions have only added to the coin's legend, reinforcing its status as one of the most desirable modern error coins. Each sale becomes a chapter in its ongoing story, chronicled in collector forums, market reports, and even mainstream news articles. Beyond its financial worth, the 1980-era dime offers a lesson in awareness. It encourages us to look closely at the small things, to pay attention to details we might otherwise overlook. In a world where speed often trumps observation, it stands as a quiet argument for slowing down, for appreciating craftsmanship and the quirks that make each item unique. Today, when coin enthusiasts speak of modern treasures, the 1980-era dime is almost always part of the conversation. Its journey from the minting presses of 1980 to high-profile auction blocks is a testament to the enduring allure of numismatics. It has inspired countless treasure hunts in loose change, sparked friendships among collectors, and reminded the public that history can be hidden in plain sight. As the market for rare coins continues to grow, the demand for this era dime remains strong. Experts suggest that as time passes and more examples find their way into permanent collections, availability will decrease, potentially pushing values even higher. For those fortunate enough to own one, it's not just a piece of metal. It's a piece of history, a tangible connection to a moment when the ordinary became extraordinary. And for those still searching, it's a beacon of possibility, proof that great finds can still be made. After all the stories told, all the auctions recorded, and all the collectors who have dreamed of finding one, the question of value still captures the imagination. Today, depending on condition and the intensity of collector interest at any given moment, this remarkable 1980 United States one-dime coin with its rare minting error can command between $50,000 and $120,000. A staggering figure for something so small, yet entirely fitting for a coin whose story is as rich as its value. In the world of coins, there are moments when a small piece of change carries with it a story so unexpected that it turns an ordinary day into a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. The 1996 United States one-dime coin is one such example. A coin that has made its way through pockets, cash registers, and coin jars across the country, yet a rare few among them hold a secret capable of commanding breathtaking prices. This is not just about a piece of metal. It is about history, precision, and a rare accident that turns something ordinary into something extraordinary. The year 1996 was an interesting time for American coinage. The U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins to meet the demands of a thriving economy. The dime, designed by John R. Cynic, had already been a staple of American currency for decades. On the obverse was the familiar and dignified profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the leader whose steady hand guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. His portrait is not just a design. It's a symbol of resilience, leadership, and hope. The reverse featured the classic imagery of a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. The 1996 dime, like countless others before it, rolled off the presses of the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints in vast numbers. Most were perfect products of modern minting technology, identical in every detail. But among these billions, a few carried a striking error that escaped detection. A flaw so rare that it transformed the coin from mere pocket change into a collector's prize. This error was subtle yet fascinating to trained eyes. It was not the kind of mistake you'd spot instantly unless you were looking closely. Some examples show a dramatic off-center strike, where part of the design appears shifted and the rim seems uneven, giving the coin an almost unfinished look. Others display faint doubling in the lettering or date, a sign of a slight misalignment in the dies during the striking process. These errors are the result of split-second variations in the minting process, moments when machinery that is built for perfect repetition produces something completely unique. The process of minting a dime is a masterclass in precision engineering. Coin blanks, called planchets, are fed into presses that strike them with immense force between two engraved dies. In a matter of milliseconds, the coin receives its design. Any interruption, whether it's a misfed planchet, a shifted die, or even a slight mechanical glitch, can create an error. Normally, these flawed coins are caught and melted down before leaving the mint, but every so often, one slips through and finds its way into circulation. The first recorded appearance of the 1996 error dime in the collector market was quiet, almost unnoticed. It showed up at a small coin show, catching the attention of an experienced dealer who recognized its rarity immediately. That coin eventually made its way to an auction, where it fetched a surprisingly high price. From there, word spread among numismatists and the hunt was on. Collectors began examining every 1996 dime they encountered, hoping to find another example of the elusive error. Over the years, the coin has appeared multiple times at prestigious numismatic auctions. Each time, it draws intense interest from bidders, driving prices higher and higher. The repeated appearances have built a reputation for the 1996 error dime as one of the most desirable modern U.S. coins, despite its relatively recent mintage date. The auction houses often note the fierce competition between collectors eager to add this coin to their portfolios. The story of each sale becomes part of the coin's ongoing legacy, cementing its place in modern numismatic history. Condition plays a huge role in determining the coin's value. Mint state examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, command top-tier prices. Even lightly circulated examples are worth significant sums, especially when the error is bold and well-defined. The fact that these coins are still occasionally discovered in circulation adds an extra thrill for treasure hunters, proof that valuable finds can still be hiding in plain sight. Part of the appeal of the 1996 error dime lies in the sheer unlikelihood of its existence. Modern minting techniques are designed to eliminate such mistakes, making them rare in contemporary coinage. When one does occur, it becomes a tangible reminder that even the most advanced systems are not infallible. It is this blend of rarity, beauty, and the unexpected that captures the hearts of collectors and drives demand. There's also a deeper, almost poetic aspect to the story. This coin, meant to be one of billions, became special not through deliberate design but through imperfection. In a way, it mirrors the human experience, where flaws can make something far more unique and valuable than perfection ever could. Today, the 1996 error dime remains a prize for serious collectors, a symbol of the thrill of discovery, and a piece of modern history that continues to generate excitement whenever it surfaces. Its journey from the mint presses to auction rooms has inspired countless coin searches and sparked conversations among both seasoned numismatists and casual hobbyists. And while it is rare, it is not entirely beyond reach. Every coin jar, every handful of change from a store, carries the possibility, however small, of hiding one of these remarkable pieces. That potential keeps the hunt alive and ensures that the story of the 1996 error dime will continue for years to come. After decades of intrigue, multiple appearances at major auctions, and a reputation that only grows with time, this very rare 1996 United States one-dime coin with its remarkable minting error commands a value that reflects its status in the collector world. Depending on condition, eye appeal, and demand at the time of sale, it can fetch between $44,000 and $122,000. A staggering sum for something so small, yet entirely fitting for a coin whose story has captured imaginations again and again. In the vast flow of coins that change hands every single day, most are forgotten almost as soon as they are spent. A dime, small and seemingly insignificant, is often overlooked entirely. Yet once in a while, one such coin emerges from the background of everyday commerce to capture the attention of collectors and historians alike. The 2001 United States one-dime coin is one of these extraordinary finds, a modern piece with an error so rare that it has earned a place among the most coveted treasures in contemporary American numismatics. The year 2001 was a time of change and transition in the United States. The economy was shifting, technology was advancing rapidly, and the U.S. Mint was continuing its mission of producing billions of coins to fuel the nation's daily transactions. The Roosevelt dime, designed by John R. Sinek, had been in circulation for over half a century by then, a familiar sight in pockets and purses across the country. On the obverse was the enduring profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a tribute to the man who led the nation through some of its darkest days. His face, rendered with a calm and confident expression, had become a quiet constant in American life. The reverse displayed the iconic torch flanked by olive and oak branches, a combination of symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength. The dimes of 2001 were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints with the precision that modern coin production demands. But among these billions of perfectly struck coins, a rare and striking error was born, one that would transform a simple 10-cent piece into a numismatic sensation. Errors in modern coinage are increasingly rare due to stringent quality control, but they still happen, and when they do, they can produce something remarkable. The specific 2001 error dime that has captured the market's attention is a product of a striking mishap, possibly an off-center strike or a wrong planchet error. In some known examples, the design appears noticeably shifted, with parts of the lettering or date disappearing into the coin's rim while extra blank space shows on the opposite side. In others, there are signs of doubled features where parts of the design seem to have ghost-like duplicates, a telltale sign of a misaligned die strike. These kinds of imperfections result from brief but significant interruptions in the minting process, the kind of fleeting mechanical lapse that produces a one-in-a-million collectible. The minting process for a dime is a high-speed, high-pressure event. Each planchet is placed between two engraved dies and struck with enormous force to transfer the design in less than a second. The dies must be perfectly aligned and the planchet perfectly positioned to produce a flawless coin. Any deviation, whether due to worn equipment, loose fittings, or mechanical timing issues can cause an error. Most are caught during inspection, but every so often, one escapes and makes its way into circulation, unnoticed by the vast majority of people who handle it. The first 2001 error dime to gain attention surfaced quietly, purchased unknowingly by a coin dealer in a small batch of mixed change. Its odd design immediately stood out, and after closer examination, it was confirmed as a genuine mint error. It didn't take long for the coin to find its way to a major auction, where the bidding was intense and the final hammer price far exceeded initial expectations. The numismatic community took notice, and the search began for other examples. Over the years, a small but notable number of 2001 error dimes have been discovered, each sparking fresh excitement. Their repeated appearances at high-profile auctions have solidified their reputation as one of the rarest and most intriguing modern mint errors. Auction houses have noted the consistent demand, with collectors willing to pay substantial sums to secure a specimen, particularly those in higher grades. Mint state examples, untouched by circulation, command the highest prices, but even circulated examples can reach impressive figures if the error is prominent and well-preserved. Part of the appeal of the 2001 error dime is its combination of modernity and rarity. While older coins with errors often have the benefit of decades of history, modern error coins are scarce precisely because minting technology has advanced so much. That scarcity, paired with the coin's unique appearance, makes it an irresistible target for serious collectors. Each example tells a story of how even in a world of machines built for perfection, chance and imperfection still have their place. For collectors, the thrill of finding one of these coins is unmatched. The idea that such a valuable piece could still be hiding in everyday change keeps the dream alive for hobbyists everywhere. Countless coin jars, bank rolls, and pocketfuls of loose change have been searched in the hopes of uncovering one of these treasures. The rarity ensures that most searches end without success, but for the lucky few who do find one, the reward is substantial both financially and historically. The story of the 2001 error dime is still being written. Each new discovery, each auction sale, adds another layer to its legacy. It stands as a reminder that history and value can be hiding in the smallest, most ordinary-seeming objects. A simple dime, light, unassuming, and often ignored, can, under the right circumstances, become a symbol of rarity, craftsmanship, and chance. Today, after years of intrigue, multiple appearances at prestigious auctions, and continued demand from the collecting community, the very rare 2001 United States one-dime coin, with its remarkable minting error, holds a value that reflects both its scarcity and its desirability. Depending on its condition, the sharpness of its strike, and the level of competition among bidders, this coin can command between $40,000 and $112,000. A truly astounding figure for a piece of currency most people pass over without a second glance, yet entirely fitting for a coin that represents the beautiful unpredictability of minting history. In the endless movement of coins across the United States, through cash registers, coin jars, and vending machines, most dimes go unnoticed, their journeys blending into the rhythm of everyday life. Yet within that steady stream, a small handful of coins stand apart, their stories capable of transforming an ordinary piece of change into a remarkable treasure. The 2012 United States one-dime coin is one such rarity, a modern piece of currency that, thanks to a rare minting error, has captured the imagination of collectors and sent waves of excitement through the numismatic world. The year 2012 saw the U.S. Mint continuing its efficient and highly advanced coin production. Billions of coins were struck that year at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, each carrying the familiar design that had graced the dime for more than 6 decades. The obverse displayed the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, a tribute to the man who guided the country through some of its most challenging times. His steady gaze and sharp features remained a symbol of leadership, while the reverse featured the classic torch flanked by olive and oak branches, representing liberty, peace, and strength. In such an environment of technological precision, errors were rare. Yet among the countless flawless examples, a few 2012 dimes emerged with distinct and eye-catching minting mistakes. These errors ranged from slightly off-center strikes that left parts of the design missing, to doubling in the inscriptions or date, to more dramatic anomalies caused by misaligned dies. Such imperfections occur when, in a fraction of a second, something interrupts the otherwise perfect harmony of the minting process. The process of striking a coin is as fast as it is exact. Planchets are fed into presses where obverse and reverse dies strike them simultaneously under immense pressure. If a planchet is even slightly misaligned, or if the dies are worn, loose, or improperly adjusted, the resulting coin can display a variety of unusual effects. Most of these flawed pieces are caught during inspection and destroyed, but once in a while, one makes it into circulation, unnoticed by most people who handle it. The 2012 error dime's journey into numismatic fame began quietly. The first known example was discovered by a sharp-eyed collector who noticed unusual doubling in the lettering and an irregularity in the rim. That coin made its way to an auction, where competition among bidders quickly drove the price well beyond its face value. News of the sale spread through collector forums and coin publications, sparking interest and sending hobbyists searching through their change in hopes of finding another. Over the years, a handful of additional examples have surfaced, each greeted with renewed excitement. Repeated appearances at auctions have helped establish the coin's reputation as one of the most sought-after modern mint errors. The demand for them is fierce, especially when the coin is in top condition. Mint state specimens, graded MS 65 or higher, are the most valuable, with their sharp details and untouched surfaces making them irresistible to collectors who value both rarity and quality. Even circulated examples, if the error is clear and well-preserved, can command impressive sums. One of the reasons the 2012 error dime is so intriguing is that it comes from an era when minting technology is more advanced than ever, making such errors incredibly uncommon. The U.S. Mint's quality control systems are designed to eliminate flawed coins before they leave the facility, so when one manages to slip through, it becomes a standout anomaly in a sea of perfection. That rarity, combined with its modern date, gives it an appeal that bridges the gap between seasoned collectors and newcomers to the hobby. For many collectors, part of the thrill lies in the possibility of finding one of these coins in ordinary change. The idea that something worth thousands of dollars could still be sitting in a forgotten coin jar or passing through a grocery store checkout line is a powerful motivator. It fuels the ongoing search, ensuring that the story of the 2012 error dime continues to grow with each new discovery. Auction houses that have handled these coins often remark on the energy in the room when one is up for bid. The knowledge that so few exist, combined with the fact that collectors are always competing to secure the best examples, creates an atmosphere of anticipation and intensity. Each sale adds to the coin's history, marking another milestone in its remarkable journey from minting mishap to coveted collectible. The 2012 error dime's appeal lies not only in its monetary value but also in what it represents. A reminder that even in a system built for perfection, chance still plays a role. A fleeting moment in the minting process created a coin that would inspire treasure hunts, spark competition, and become a symbol of how small details can lead to extraordinary outcomes. Today, after several years of occasional appearances in auctions, repeated competition among determined bidders, and a growing reputation among numismatists, the very rare 2012 United States one-dime coin, with its remarkable minting error, holds a value that reflects both its scarcity and its desirability. Depending on its condition, eye appeal, and the intensity of collector demand at the time of sale, this coin can command between $30,000 and $92,000. An extraordinary sum for something so small, yet perfectly fitting for a coin whose story proves that even in the most ordinary places, treasures can still be found.